again, this is a time going into November where we just need everybody engaged. Election officials, we cannot do it ourselves. Elected officials cannot do it ourselves. The American people need to stay in this fight. They don't need to track every lunacy coming from the White House every day to know that this country is not on the right track. And we need people of good conscience to be leaning in, making sure that you're caring for your neighbors and making sure that you have a plan to vote in November.
Jenna Griswold, Colorado Secretary of State, who recently won the Democratic primary for the Colorado Attorney General position. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We begin this hour with Democrats pushing back against President Trump's attempts to relitigate and relitigate and relitigate the 2020 election and preparing to counter what he has in store for future elections. What we know so far is that more than 24 House Democrats met this week for a closed-door strategy session to map out how they would respond if Trump tried to interfere in this year's midterms. House Democrats have told MS Now that one fear they have is that Trump could be using his voter restriction bill, the Save America Act, as a pretext. And if the legislation fails, which it looks like it will, Trump could declare a state of emergency to make electoral rule changes. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and 9 other Democratic senators also met with election experts last week to discuss how to respond to extreme scenarios, including the possibility of federal officers at polling sites, efforts to seize ballots in swing states, and the risk of foreign meddling. If any of those scenarios play out, Democratic lawmakers say they are ready to go to the courts and coordinate with local election administrators, secretaries of state, and state attorneys general. On our show just yesterday, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel said she's already on the alert.
Of course, he's already trying to sow the seeds of doubt in our elections and to undermine people's faith in the safety and the security of our elections. We're prepared to go into court as quickly as possible in order to defend the rights of our voters and our poll workers and our clerks and our secretaries of state who are under threat by this administration.
Joining us now, Congressman Joe Morelle of New York, who organized the meeting with House Democrats on how to respond to potential meddling by Trump in the midterm elections, and Sky Perryman, President and CEO of Democracy Forward, which has been key in pushing back against Trump's election fraud claims and basically everything else the administration is doing. They stay in court. Congressman, I want to start with you, though. How will Democrats specifically be able to stop President Trump from trying to undermine the elections?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. Obviously, really important question, Eugene. The one thing that we know is American elections are secure. Local election administrators, state officials do an amazing job in the 50-state system that we have. What's also clear is that the president, as he did in January 6th of 2021, will stop at nothing to continue to be in power, and I believe, and I think many believe, that he will not stop at trying to overturn the results of the midterm elections, which he knows are not going to be favorable to him. I mean, he can read poll data just as well as the rest of us. So we have been working not just for the last several days or weeks, but literally for the last several months to make sure that we have a robust response that includes many things, but educating voters as to what their rights are, what they need to know, working with local and state election administrators, working with secretaries of state, with the attorneys general, as well as many, many outside groups, including Democracy Forward.